today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly. It's both a...
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot. C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Fields on third down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So here come the Jaguars to take over for the first time behind Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback in season number 4.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 21 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Etienne. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Here's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Running out of the gun with ETN. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the...
Lawrence hit and the ball is free, and the Texans scoop it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Impressive catch there by Schultz. He's come off a strong campaign that's produced over 600 yards in his first season with the Texans. He's more than a reliable target. He's a team leader on the offensive side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Fields. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. You look at this Jaguar defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Henry To'oTo'o got in there behind the line of scrimmage that time.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Lawrence, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be called for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
They have 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now it's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
And we keep calling him the other Josh Allen. He wants it to be known he's his own Josh Allen, and finally had the breakout campaign many of us knew he was capable of a season ago with 17.5 sacks in 2023.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and in the end it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Hines-Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Lawrence on first down. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. That's to the former Lion, Josh Reynolds. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. A shotgun snap, Fields. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Lawrence will throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Lawrence going to throw again. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they start in the best of all positions. 1st and goal. And they'll run with Etienne. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. Brian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on first down. To the 43, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows? I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and 4. Here's Fields. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Fields. That's to the second-year man, Puka Nacua. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and a yard. Now Fields. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the 25, here's second and a yard. Back to throw. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
On second down, here's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating from the gun, Fields. A quick throw, but incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Fields. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Fields. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On 1st down, Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. He gets it to Thomas. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Play action. It's Fields. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Fields. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover.
Fields on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Hands it off out of the gun. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now Lawrence to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. Lawrence. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And they will take a knee here. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Houston, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.